I'm Krystle, and I live with my husband Alex and our cat Riley. Despite living with lupus, I try to enjoy life to its fullest. So come share in life's big and little moments with me. In my shoes. Hey guys, it's Friday and I slept half the day. Just trying to get some rest and trying to get rid of this cold, but I am back to making some handmade Christmas gifts. So I wanted to show you the next thing I did. I've made 4 of these, 2 for my niece and nephew, and 2 are for my friend's kids. And they are a make your own sock puppet kit. I got this idea off of Etsy, and the person, or not Etsy, sorry, Pinterest. And the person on Pinterest was actually buying pre-made sock puppet kits where like the sock was already a certain color and then it just came with things you needed to make that animal. So it was kind of like predetermined what the animal would be. And then she was just taking the kits out of the packaging and arranging them nicely in mason jars to give as gifts. I thought, well, I looked at the kits. I could order them online, but then I'd have to pay for shipping. And to be quite honest, it worked out to be quite costly because it's coming from the US. So I was like, you know what? Why not make it more open-ended, that they could do whatever they want with their sock puppet? So what I actually did is I've included 2 socks per jar. I topped it with a sock, and then I have a sock in there as well. I have 2 sets of Google Eyes, 1 for each sock, and then I put some felt scraps of different colors. I've put some pom-poms, and I also have in there some different colored, what was it? It's called Chanel cord. It almost reminded me of wool, but a little bit thicker. And so I got some in like a brown color and a black and gray color. I figured they could use it as hair if they wanted. So I put both, a little bit of both in there for them as well. And pretty much everything I got at the dollar store. The bag of pom-poms were $1.25. The cord was only $1 each. The Google Eyes I got at Michael's, but I used a coupon. And I also put glue. So I used also another coupon at Michael's to get a 3-pack of fabric glue. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a pack of 4, and I couldn't even find a small bottle like this on its own. So what I did is, for one of the children who's younger, I just put in an Elmer's glue, white glue stick, and hopefully it will stick. But if not, the children I'm sending these to are siblings, so I'm sure there's enough glue in these bottles that they can share anyway. But I just wanted them each to have their own glue when they open the bottles or jars. And yeah, so it's a little kit. So I put them all together. It took me no time at all. And now I'm just going to close them up. And because they're jars, it's hard to wrap them. 2 of them will be shipping, and the other 2 for my niece and nephew I'll be putting in gift bags. But I figure what I'll do is just put a bow on top of each lid just to decorate it. I will probably do the washi tape around the lids as well, and then I will affix like a tag on it saying what it is, and then that will be that. So another gift done. My throat is still pretty sore. I've been gargling with salt water, just doing everything I can, and actually I'm probably due to take my cough medicine again, so I'll do that. And yeah. So the day's gone by. I can't believe it. It's almost 3 o'clock already, and I've barely accomplished anything that I had wanted to today, but I do have the rest of the weekend, as well as this evening, so we'll see what I can get done. But I also want to rest. So I won't be filming too much because I'm trying not to talk a lot so that I can get my voice back. All right, we'll check in later. Okay, they are finished. Yay! Okie dokie. So this is what they look like, topped with some apple pieces, and I like it. So thank you so much for that idea, because it looks really cool. So hopefully it won't be too much apples, but I just put a little bit at the top, so it is done. Also, I got my first birthday card in the mail today from my grandma. It's a really nice card. And it had money in it. Yay! We got pizza for dinner. And it's like this really cool thing. Like they have a deal where you get, it's called the triple treat box. I've never seen anything like it. It's like actual drawers for your pizza. And then the bottom one was what? Here, pull it up. Breadsticks, wings, and a cookie. It's really good. Well guys, here's Elfie today. She is riding on this, I was gonna say rocket ship, but obviously I think it's a jet. It's from the Navy. She's riding on that, and our reindeer's over here. I still haven't given thought to his name, guys. It's so bad. I've just not been, just with my cold, like I've just been preoccupied. And I don't know, a couple of you guys suggested Rudy, and I thought it was kind of cute, but it seems kind of close to Rudolph, and we already have Rudolph, my Build-A-Bear Rudolph. So I don't think of that. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking maybe of just going with one of Santa's other reindeers, since we already have Rudolph. You know, going with like Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, or one of those reindeers, I'm thinking. Hopefully by the end of this video I'll have figured it out. I'm actually going to ask Alex too what he thinks. So, but yeah, Alfie's up there, and I am going to probably give one of the babies this little guy to cuddle for a while, because he needs some love. We got to keep filling up his locket. I managed to get gifts wrapped for 3 people that I have to ship to. And way over there, I have 1, 2, 3 more piles to wrap that will be shipped out. And the reason I haven't boxed them up yet is because I'm hoping that I can get our Christmas photo done this weekend, and I'm going to make Christmas cards with the group photo that I can hopefully include in these gifts. So fingers crossed I can do it, but I need a little bit of a break now. I am so full from dinner, and that we had like that chocolate chip cookie that it came with for dessert. I only had 1 piece of the cookie. Alex had 3 pieces. I don't know how he did that, but I am stuffed. My throat is like not really any better, but it's not any worse. So I don't know, but I'm feeling really, really full. So it was uncomfortable trying to bend over on the floor and wrap gifts. Ugh. I really didn't like overdo it either. I only had 2 slices of pizza, and I had a couple of wings, and I had 2 breadsticks. And then later on, the piece of cookie, but I'm so full. Yeah. Oh. So I'm just going to take a little break, and I think I'm going to watch Modern Family from this week. There's another show that I watched. Does anyone else watch Modern Family? I recently got into it, and over like the last year caught up on all the seasons. So I'm now on the current one. So I'm gonna watch that, and I don't know if I'll get the rest of these gifts wrapped tonight. I'm just starting to get tired and I'm just so full. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, well, before I do that, as I say, I'm so full. Let's do our advent calendar. I don't know if I can eat this chocolate, but maybe I'll just give it to Alex. To be quite honest, the chocolate in this calendar is not so good. Excuse me. It's from the dollar store. What do you expect, right? It's not so good. Although it is made in Canada, but from imported ingredients. So, yeah. So, I guess we're opening number 22, which is down here. So, get in there. Okay. Looks like another Elsa. Yep. Another Elsa. Do I have room for this? It's small. So, I guess. But, yeah. I'm just going to take a little break and a little rest here. And we'll see if I can get anything else done. I just watched Herlanda's videos. I saw her video about Aria with her paint issues. And I don't know. I missed the part. I don't know if she was done with air dry paints or not. But Yuki, my Yuki is done with air dry paints. And my Harlow that's being done right now by Susan is with air dry paints because Susan only uses air dry. I have had no issues whatsoever with her, but I know she's an Adri Stoic kit. But I've had no issues with the paint coming off of her. She's sealed very well. Well, she went and got her little makeover from Susan and got matte varnished and all that stuff. Prior to that, she wasn't varnished, but so she was a little shiny and rubbery feeling, but her paint was not coming off at all. Sorry guys, my battery died. Story of my life. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I've had no problems with Yuki. In terms of dolls that I've made myself, I use heat set paints, and I did have one kit. Well, I've had a couple of kits where when I'm painting them, the paint won't hold on their fingertips. And I've learned since then that if you have those little problem areas where the paint won't stick while you're actually painting, if you put like a matte varnish and bake it, then when you paint over that, the paint will hold. So that's what I do now. But I think that only happened with one or two kits. Sorry guys, Alex is playing video games with his friends in the background. So sorry about that. Yeah, so I've had like some kits where it's had that problem, but not like in terms of after baking having issues with paint coming off, except for with Shiloh. Shiloh had some issues where she had some shiny spots on her vinyl, and it didn't matter how many times I baked her, the paint would not cure in those areas. And so over time they were rubbing off. And so that's why just in the last year, now that I've learned about the matte varnish thing, I went over those spots with the varnish and retouched up those spots, and the paint stuck. And then I even sealed over that again with the matte varnish to make sure it was sealed. So other than that, I have not had any issues with paint coming off. I've had issues with satin air dry varnish coming off of nails and lips sometimes. So now I just use the heat set satin varnish on those. It's not as shiny, but at least it doesn't come off. So that's all I can give on that area. So I can totally understand how upset you must be. I know I'm still upset about my Real Care 2 doll. Even though I don't play with her that much anymore, she was like my first main doll that I used to, you know, role play with and everything. And the discoloration that's come up on her vinyl has really upset me. And I recently tried again to remove, like, just to see if maybe it was a dye that had got on her. And so I even tried using acetone to strip, like, to see if the color would strip off, and it wouldn't. So that tells me that it's not staining, because if it was that, the acetone for sure would have got it off. Now, it did start removing some of her actual original paint on her hair, but not that pinkish orangey color that she's gotten on parts of her body. So that tells me that this pinkish orangey color that she's getting on parts of her body is some kind of vinyl discoloration. And I have never heard of that happening to any of these Real Care Baby Think It Over dolls. I seem to be the first one. I've asked lots of people in my group and they've never heard of it. So I'm kind of on the fence as to what to do. I don't know if I should try getting a friend of mine with air dry paints to try to fix it, or if I should call the company and see if they would replace the parts. But she's not under warranty anymore, so I'd probably have to pay, and I don't know how much I'd have to pay if they even do replacement parts. Because now they have the Real Care 3s. I don't even think they sell Real Care 2s anymore. Yeah, or do I just, like, cut my losses and sell her? I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do with my Real Care 2 baby. I don't know. It's just really upsetting to me, the discoloration on her vinyl. So, I don't know. Anyways, guys, I'm going to take a break now. It's hard to talk with Alex talking in the background. He's playing the new Grand Theft Auto with his friends. So, anyways, guys, we'll check in later. You okay? Sometimes Riley gets water up his nose when he's drinking. Huh? You right there, buddy? You keep sneezing. Okay. Well, let's quickly show our elf on the shelf. Elfie is hugging this Christmas M&M, and our reindeer's hanging out next to her. So I will